Good evening. We are live
Hey,
and
cool.
we're in high definition, it just said. So let me click the go live on Instagram so we can be there for the next hour. Come on.
So we'll have to speed through things.
Or just go at our own damn pace. Um, there we go. We're on. Welcome to our only June episode. It is episode 91 of Slurp Toast, the podcast. It's been a month. What can I say?
It happens, right?
Yeah, shit is what it is. So I have a question for you though, because we have some things we want to talk about, but I have something I have to ask about. You were at an arena football game last night.
Yes, yes, yes,
Tell
yes.
me about that because I want to know all about the arena football experience.
So,
I'm giving you no space. I'm just jumping right on you.
okay, no, that's fine. That's uh, okay. First of all, it was fun. It was a good time. The Arena League, it's like an 8-team Arena League football league.
Is it the one that's been around forever,
No,
or
no, no. I was trying to explain that to Babe in the car. So what happens is that my daughter and one of the girls from my daughter's dance studio is a cheerleader for this.
okay?
The team is located in St. Joseph, Missouri, which is about 35-40 minutes from here in KC. They were in KC last year, but relocated. And her friend is a cheerleader for the team. They
Oh,
don't
that's
get
cool.
paid, but they get to go and cheer, and it gives them something to do, and it's kind of fun, right?
Yeah.
So my daughter and one of the other girls from her studio went to a game 2 weeks ago. They had fun. They decided they wanted to go back, and the other girl's dad wanted to go. I wanted to go. So anyway, it was a kind of a fun evening. So we drove out to St. Joe. It's like $15 general admission. Played on like a 55 by a 50 by maybe 30-yard field. Yeah,
Jesus, that's got to be fast.
it is fast, and yeah, the score kind of piles up in a hurry.
Yes.
No kickers.
If a
Yeah,
30-yard pass is a touchdown, yeah.
pretty much. I mean, they can score quick. Three-person rush. It's just anyway. It's fast. It is fun. These guys are maybe high school or college kids who still want to play football and don't go D1 or don't go D2 or don't go you know the small local college route.
Right.
Uh, but in our case, it's the Arena League, not to be confused with Arena Football League, which is a different entity. I assume the rules are the same. Yeah, it's kind of like played on a hockey rink, and they just took the glass off the top,
Okay.
which leads to some rather painful looking bumps when some guy, like in hockey, you smash into the wall and the glass is there to like catch your upper body. Here, you
Right.
just kind of break at the hip, and the
Ooh.
fans. Those are the suites are right there on the field, so you could be sitting there having a drink, and this dude comes like
A
crashing.
halfback in your lap. Well,
Yeah, it comes like
probably not a halfback, but maybe a wideout.
the wide out. Yeah, um, I don't know. The ball appears to be extra sticky because these guys were making catches that made no goddamn sense.
Physics need not apply.
I swear to God, and they just like throw them into the stands like nobody's business. At the end of the game, you got to go on the field.
You get to
Uh,
keep the balls that go in
You
the,
get to
or do
keep
they
the
have to have
ball
them
that goes.
back?
No, they keep them.
All right.
So yeah, so
Fun.
it is fun. It was the St. Joseph Goats against the Eau Claire Axemen and
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Yeah, the teams
Nice.
are all very well. They're very, very like I-35 centric. You've got the Duluth Harbor Monsters, which is like the most northern team, and then you go down to Springfield or maybe
It's the
Arkansas.
isotopes, right?
No, no, yeah,
Ah, come on, man.
no, it's a Springfield, Missouri, so they're the Lunkers, which
It
is
does still be the isotopes.
it could still be, but it's where Bass Pro is, so it kind of
Oh,
makes
all
sense.
right. Well, then that's gonna win, I guess.
We're the goats because at one time the two democratic factions were the rabbits and the goats. So we've got like a goat wearing a little fedora, like Godfather's pizza, but for goats. So,
Goat father.
goat father. Yes. I almost bought like they had like, they had merch and everybody, it was fun because it was a semi-full arena, and I don't know, maybe 1,000 people or maybe even 1,500, something like that. So I thought it was pretty well attended. Uh, they don't kick off; they just throw the ball down the field. And we
That's
saw
playground rules.
it's playground rules. Yeah, it's like I
You know,
told
who
the
can
other,
chunk it the deepest gets to kick
you're the
off.
you're the kickoff guy.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's legitimately playground rules.
Oh yeah, I almost expected like the quarterback to line up and then he kind of soft tosses the ball to the nose guard on the other team who throws it back like in half court basketball. Uh, but alas, no.
Room for improvement.
Room for improvement. But we saw two guys hit the jumbotron. You know, they were just chucking it up there and which is in like they mark it at midfield.
Okay.
The
Just still like
25-yard line. Yeah, the 25-yard line. Um, but it is fun, and
I've never been to an arena game. The closest I've ever come was maybe PS2. One of the early consoles had an arena game, and I bought that
yeah,
immediately. And it was just chuck it, chuck it, chuck it, chuck it.
chuck it.
Try to run
Uh,
the ball. There's no point.
no, but the flea flickers, that kind of stuff. I don't know what the rules on it.
It fits my video game playing style. Chuck it deep every time. That's how I play in Madden. It infuriates people. I'm going deep every time. You know it's going to happen. Keep up.
Why? Yeah, just defend it.
I like to punt on first down.
They never see it coming. But yeah, I mean, it's like we sat in general admission. It was like $15.
Very cool.
And apparently my daughter and her friend had done all the research and they're like, we could sit in the assigned seats for 20 or 25. Or if you got together with a bunch of friends, like
Just sweet.
the suite, but it's like $1,200 to sit ringside. I'm sorry, field side, court, whatever the fuck it is. But anyway, but your suite, your little 8-person suite there on the field for $1,200. I'm sitting there going, 8 people. I
That's
don't know if
still
we could get some people.
pricey.
That's a little pricey. But that's what corporate sponsors for.
Yeah.
They just talk
Oh,
ownership.
So you Mark one buying a suite tomorrow?
Yeah. An arena league suite. They play like an 8-game season plus playoffs. My daughter was just like, why? I go, oh, it's a financial thing. I mean, they've got to be solvent. They got to remain solvent, which I have a feeling is why they moved out of Kansas City, because stadium rental would be, I mean, you'd still be doing like an event center. And I learned a little bit about St. Joe, Missouri.
What did you learn about St. Joe, Missouri? Tell me.
In the turn of the century, it had more millionaires per capita than anywhere else at some point, like the 1800s. The Pony Express, there was like a Stetson made hats there. Some guy made custom saddles. They had a lot of like Western type industries. So when the Cowboys went away, so did St. Joe.
Gotcha.
Now there's just this ghoulish mental health hospital. And I say ghoulish because we went and I'm never going back. But you like go into this room and they show you this they've got this big display and it's like all these safety pins and all this, and it's all arranged very neatly, right? So your first thought is like, state asylum, somebody with like autism or severe OCD or some kind of, organizing disability collected all that stuff. And then the little plaque said, these were all removed from the stomach of one of the inmates or patients. And that's exactly the reaction that you have. And as you walk your way through this, they have like bodies, like mannequins on sheets in the morgue, but they're kind of hidden from view. So you kind of catch it out of the corner of your eye. It's like a little weird jump scare that you do to yourself because they don't fucking move. And it ends with a history of things that they did to treat mental illness, which include electroshock therapy, the idea that you're resetting the brain, They did like steam boxes, they did ice boxes, and then they had like Dr. McGillicuddy in the traveling lobotomy show, where he would just go to institutions and they would just bring them in and he'd ice pick them and ice pick them and ice pick them. And there's a little video kind of the people lining the patients up because it really wasn't like that long ago that they did this. And you basically walk out of it going, I'm never going back. Never going back.
No.
We are barbarians to our core. We just nope. This is
Wow.
why you have science education, so you don't do a traveling lobotomy clinic.
Wow. Have ice pick will travel.
Will travel, yeah. Pick will travel. There was a show with Steve McQueen back in the early days of television. He realized
Popular
how
too.
unsavory as that was. It was he changed it to have gun will travel and completely changed
Ratings
the
went right through the roof.
yeah. The pilot, have pick will travel, did not do well. Everyone thought it was about mining. No, it was Steve McQueen, Little Doc. Pedro's.
Brought to you.
Brought to
Hi,
you.
Pedro's.
Oh, you're in the point window. Yeah. Which are now available on slurpshop.com on TeePublic.
Nice. There's a link to the Slurp Shop on our website, slurptoast.com.
Nice. Nice.
Not my first rodeo. All right.
I realize I sometimes rock like Paul Gozer when I'm talking, and it's a lot of it has to do. I'm just sitting on a stool, so there's like no chair for me to sit back in and kind of relax. And so I'm
in a chair, but I'm always hunched over, like because I got to be able to reach this thing.
And the fact that I just reference Paul Gozer.
So let's get funky like a monkey.
There we go.
Oh, baby. Dusty's right there. Look, there he is.
Nice.
Migo Hulk.
Next to a Hulk. There we go.
Howard the Mech. Anyway.
Which is one of my favorite pops of all.
It's really funny.
There's all these people when they go, what's your favorite pop? They always pull out like the most expensive one in their collection. They're like, oh, it's my Batman. Freddy is Batman. It's worth like $900 or something like that. They're like, what's yours? I'm like, the wood grain Pinocchio. I think you can probably pick it up for $3 on eBay if it ever got broke.
See, that's a great idea.
What's that?
Wood grain Pinocchio was a great idea.
Oh, it is a funny looking little pop. It was one of the few of those weird treatments that they did that like made sense. They did like a wood grain Captain America and Spider-Man, and you're just like, what the fuck? He's like a totem, No. But wood grain Pinocchio, he's got the little apple, little bounce in his step. He's going to school for the first time. He's told Jiminy to fuck off. He's going to be an actor, I don't think that's exactly how that's seen.
When you're a parent and you've had that conversation.
What's an actor need with a conscience? Anyway, thanks, Jiminy.
You'll do fine in Epstein land. So, speaking of pops, we went down to the San Marcos Outlet Mall yesterday. We went to the Pottery Barn outlet. We were looking for a chair for Laura's office. We ended up with a sofa for our den. Well, we had some mixed match furniture. So we actually needed the sofa.
Oh, yeah.
So we ended up with a little like we kind of did the perimeter, and I saw the place where the boys, I think I told you one time, went down there and sold their pops to this store. And I'm like, Laura wanted to go in the West Elm outlet. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go in here and just because I have all my Fun Days 23 pops that I have left lined up on the wall. I'm like, let's see if they'll buy them, right? Well, we take a look. I'm sure that it sounds great. I take them with me today when I go to pick up the sofa. Oh, we can't buy any of these. What the fuck? Where's the lady that was here yesterday that was going to buy them all, right? Because I told her exactly what I had, but that's okay.
No.
So pop and swap. You done me wrong. Anyway, pop swap, whatever the hell it's called. I didn't see any in their store because I looked yesterday before I asked. But okay. Anyway, not bitter, and that's what's important.
There you go.
Before we get to the big event for tonight, I have another thing I wanted to. I saw you picked up the S.A. Crosby book.
Yeah. I was in the airport.
I picked it up today. Have you read it yet?
No, I'm finishing the latest Carl Hiaasen book.
How is Skink?
Not in it.
Oh, okay.
But I think he's been like trying to groom or build a secondary character to like, because if you think about it, Skink disappeared in the 70s and he has
Yeah.
kept it very contemporary. So there was another character in another book that Skink was like, ah, he shows promise, and I'm
I vaguely
desperately trying
recall
to.
that. Yes.
Yeah. So, but this guy has
I've
very
been
Skink-like tendencies. It wasn't.
Skink like tendencies. Hold on for a
Hides in
moment
a
while I write
rock,
that down.
warms himself with the sun. Uh, you know, he loses an arm, it grows back. It's wild.
A little out of
Um,
character for Hyacinth, really, when they
it's a
start
little
doing the
out of character for
regeneration.
Hyacin, yeah. The regeneration is new. But yeah,
You just set me up perfectly for the thing I actually wanted to talk about.
Doctor Who.
You got it.
All right, baby, hit me.
So I finally got around to watching the 15th Doctor over the last couple of weeks.
Oh, the Shooty.
Yeah, because Laura kept going, "Oh, I'll watch that with you," and she never would. So finally, I was like, "I'm watching it, and you're out. It's fine." I really liked him.
He was fun, and the writing was so much better than the Jodie.
Oh, we've
They
said it
did her
before. I'll say it
wrong.
again. They did
Hey,
Jodie so wrong. That
Whittaker,
was
yeah,
some of the worst writing ever. He
and
was a
even
lot
the
of
most.
fun. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. I was gonna say one of the best episodes up to a point of Jodie's run was where they went to Selma, Alabama, and her
For sure.
companion Graham had to be the guy that wouldn't give up his seat for Rosa
Hmm.
Parks. And being that he's now married to a black woman, he did it, so you felt
Yeah.
the horror of what he was having to go through.
Oh yeah.
And then they have some time traveler pop out at the end, and I don't know, a plot point that came out of nowhere and then proceeded to go nowhere. They never picked up on this. I was just, I was like horrified that you had your finest moment and you just threw it in the trash.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Shooty was good. He was fun.
He was. He was clearly the gayest doctor ever, which didn't bother me one iota. I'm quite frankly, because I thought, you know what? Why wouldn't the
No,
doctor?
he can
He's
be
all
this.
these. He's why
Yeah.
wouldn't? I mean, I know. I'm sure there were some Whovians who were just up in
Besides
arms.
themselves, well,
Yeah.
yeah, because he wasn't black. It's like they got Scottish. He's halfway there, and it's back to being a dude. What's your problem?
Just gotta have it all, right?
Gotta have it all. And he had
Yeah.
the most, I thought, the best wardrobe since
Oh yeah.
Six's Technicolor Dreamcoat.
I love that leather trench, but when he like in like the finale when he shed his I can't think of the name of the street in London, Carnaby Street maybe
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bowler and the suit, and he came out and it was a
Oh
skirt.
yeah.
I'm like, hell yes,
Oh yeah. He's running around in the blue plaids, the kilt and
yeah.
everything. Oh
Well,
yeah.
that was this time it wasn't a kilt; it was a full on skirt.
Well, yeah.
It was, but there was a kilt earlier, but I was like, hell yes, why wouldn't he wear that? Yes,
No, he was. It fit with the character. His first season, I guess, because he was still finishing up Sex Education, made for kind of weird filming schedules. But he was there. The stories were night and day better than
oh yeah.
the
Uh,
first season.
I'm a little over the trope of the mystery girl.
Oh yeah, because yeah, Rose was just, it went nowhere. You had this big buildup, and it's like, oh, he's fighting an Egyptian dog, and the girl's mom is just the regular lady. There's no
yeah, that was.
significance.
But
We got
again,
sugared.
that might have no. But that actually, I mean, yes, it felt like a cheat at that moment in time. But the further away I've gotten from, like, they don't always have to be somebody, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's what are the odds that just because this woman dropped a baby off at an orphanage on this particular night, she's somehow something,
A linchpin.
yeah, to the universe, right? I mean,
Uh-huh.
it's probably not. But I really liked the episode where he was on the landmine.
Oh, that one was awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, he doesn't move, but it's just like you. That was a good. 29 Steps was a good one. Or
yes,
that one was, and as she kind of works her way through it, and yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was kind of, that was reminiscent of the Weeping Angels a little bit, right? It
A
was
little
like
bit
you
like
got to
Weeping
figure
Angels.
out only like very very cursorily, right? It was its own thing, and it was really cool. I liked I loved that and we knew it pretty quickly, but the big bad was in plain sight for the entire run.
Yes,
That
yes,
was
yes.
cool to
The
me.
Ronnie, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't know the Ronnie, and I told Laura, I think they're done recycling old Doctor Who villains because I don't remember the Ronnie. I think we've gone through all of them now, but there's probably some I don't know. But then she escaped right at the end. Oh, spoilers, by the way.
Yeah.
Like she picked up the bracelet, and the old lady zapped away. I'm like, oh, that's very cool. So she's out there in the universe somewhere. Yeah, I really, really, really enjoyed it. And then there was the regeneration.
And you're like, what the hell?
Yeah,
It's like, oh, Disney's jerking us around. He's going to go because I read somewhere that part of the reason he left was his career blew up, and and it's like, hey, I don't blame him.
it was.
More
It
power to
was.
him.
Yeah, I don't care. I might have enjoyed one more season, but the dude's got to eat, right? So,
Yeah, I would
but
go with that. Yeah,
yeah, it was a noble death. He did it for the betterment of someone else.
yes,
It wasn't as much as I love David Tennant's Doctor, it wasn't I don't want to go moment. It was I'm going to do this for somebody else, and it was
yeah. I quoted some.
benevolent.
I was interviewing a candidate. Uh, the guy comes from like Catholic Church. He's got all this, about mission and fellowship. And I finally kind of, okay, you're very charming. It's very quaint. So that we said something. I go, it's like an episode of Doctor Who, like when he regenerates. Never be cowardly, never be cruel, and if you are, make amends immediately. And he goes, oh wow, that's good. I'm going to write that down. I go, you can go to YouTube and look it up. I go, and don't eat pears. They're gritty and they stick in your teeth.
That's just good advice. I'm sorry.
But no, I was like Capaldi's last episode too. So
I have that quote from Capaldi where and I'll never find it right now, but that your last moment has already begun, and it's a monologue that he does off screen as the thing is setting up somewhere in 1,000 million pieces. The last thing you've ever, and I put it on Facebook that day, and so once a year that pops up, and it makes me smile all day long because Okay, let's play the game, shall we? All right, let's rank our doctors from the new version. We just
so
old
Eccleston
stuff.
forward, yeah.
Yeah, Eccleston forward. So, who's your number one?
Mine's Capaldi. I always found him the most relatable because he's our contemporary,
True.
more or less.
I
And he carries with him
I
that angry old man energy.
which I love, by the way. I'm torn because I really, really love him, but I think I'm going Tenet first, and it's a pretty
Sure.
basic pick, but I just think Tenet was my favorite one. He was the one
Tenet
that
was
hooked
good.
me. He's the one that hooked me in because I had never been a Who guy before. Right, growing up, it was too erratic on PBS. I
Yes.
never could get any traction on it, and so I never watched it with any regularity. So Tenet was the one that hooked me. So I'm going to go with Tenet. Who's your second?
Tenet.
And mine is Capaldi, and it's neck and neck, right? It's right there. It could it's one of those that if you ask me on a certain day of the week, it might flip. But and then who you got after Tenet?
Then I'm probably going to go with Matt Smith because he was sort of a fun doctor, and then I'll go Shooty. See, Eccleston, he only got the one season,
Right.
and Jodie got hosed, so I don't think
Yeah.
we ever got to see what her doctor could be.
I agree with that.
So
100%.
it's kind of hard to like include her in the conversation because that third season was just like 3 2-hour movies that
Yeah.
just were like
And they were all
kind of like the
standalone.
setup that the void or whatever was happening, but then it all just kind of muddled. And then the weird thing with the girl, the love, the romantic interest, I felt came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I can't even remember the girl's name.
Jazz or
Jazz,
Diz
right?
or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Uh, I would go Smith third because that's when the boys really got into it,
Sure.
and that became a thing we had, right? So it's got a special place in my heart. And then Shooty, and then Jody, and I guess Eccleston. Although his one was really good.
That's the whole thing. It's like I think if we'd seen more of Eccleston's and more of
Because he
Shooty
had the
better.
angry old man. He had
Boy,
the
did he
angry
ever,
old
yeah.
man. Yeah, he was.
But he was
because
the first one coming off the War Doctor.
Yeah, I was about to say he was. We haven't even thrown the War Doctor in there for his like one movie, right? But
Mhm.
yeah. So all right, I think we're pretty much in alignment there. So,
Yeah.
All right. I think that's all the things I had written down that I wanted to talk about, in addition to what you bring to the show. So please, Steve, the floor is yours, my friend.
Okay. I have mentioned on the show before that I got addicted to watching card breaks, right? And the ones I like the most are Pokemon card breaks because I believe that
You want to catch them all?
I think it's because yes, I do. There's that. I want to, Pokemon, Pikachu. I think they're low stakes, right? You know, um, that it's yeah, you might pull some crazy expensive card, but that I think there's an awareness that it's Pokemon and it's not like when sports guys do it. It's like the alpha and omega that they got the super refracto hologram one of one, a piece of the guy's DNA.
He
Uh,
jizzed on the card.
he
I'm sorry.
jizzed on the
Apparently,
card.
I'm going to talk about jizz all show. Apparently, I don't know.
But yeah, it is kind of like that. It's like, what are you guys doing? I mean, it's just, yeah, they come with vial of his blood. And if cloning technology and 3D technology would advance, I could make my own Mahomes. No, no, no.
No,
But
no,
yeah,
that's not how that works.
yeah. Oh, I got a super thick card, and the card that has like a piece of the base or a piece of his cleat is like
Right.
this thick. And you're like, where do you find that?
What are you going to do with that?
Let's roll it back. Let's roll it
It's
back.
a baseball card. Put it between the spokes of your bike.
Which is what we did. Oh, what's this? Joe Morgan? Huh, sorry,
But-
Joe. I don't like your team. What happened to
I'm a-
Joe? He broke him. So there's Dave Parker.
Who died yesterday.
I know that. That's why it came to mind.
But I will come back to this later in the show. But we've been going through my parents' house, and Dave and I found the baseball card box, and I have it.
Yes, you were showing pictures of that.
Yes.
Sending me.
There's some good shit in there, man. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
No. So anyway, I've liked watching those things, and like I said, I always watch the Pokemon because they're a little bit more, I don't know. And of course, I've been trying to collect the Casual Villainy set, which
Right.
is the oh shit, that card's on the other side of the room. I would show you the really fey Mr. Sinister.
He looks like a Doctor Who villain. I know what you're talking about.
Yes. Apparently, he's maybe made of organic steel, thigh high boots.
Head? I don't.
Yeah, he's got a diamond in his head. Apparently, they did some spin-offs with his family where they had other suits of cards in his head. And the name Mr. Sinister back in the 90s, that sounded cool. The picture I've got is like he's supposed to be a Victorian scientist. His whole thing, he's a Victorian scientist who's been cloning himself, and that's how he stays alive. But it's like, what if he was a Victorian bad guy? And I mean, he's got like the waistcoat, this big flowing bill. He looks fabulous because when you think about Mr. Sinister, could go evil Victorian geneticist or host of a drag brunch. So there you go.
You're not wrong.
No.
It's Sinister.
Yeah, he says it like that, winks and a nod, and here's Marilyn. She's fabulous. So anyway, been doing that. It kind of, I did collect the cards at one time, and I kind of got back into just like, buying onesies and twosies. And then I had the idea of watching these guys do breaks. So we should do a break where we, open a pack of cards. But then we're not going to do it like they do it, where they're just like, flashing. We're going to show the artwork as we go, and then just
Cool.
rag on the characters.
Nice. I love this. Is so very in our wheelhouse. This is what we do. Your lawyer, this is what you should show her the next time she asks what the podcast
Yeah,
is
what
about.
do we do?
This
I
is
open
what,
comic book cards. Yeah.
and then we riff on them for reasons.
So only known to us. So I picked this new set, the 2025 Topps Chrome.
All right. Which
Marvel.
I can't find a box of in Austin to save my life.
GameStop. So
I bought
anyway,
one the other day. Anyway, go ahead.
yeah, they're Topps. It's like a premium card product that they do. So it's
Okay.
heavier card stock. They're chrome finished.
So how
know.
many packs are in a box?
So there's 2 flavors of boxes. This is all shit I found out. I don't think I even knew this when I was buying. There's the blaster box that you can get at a Target, a Walmart. Or
I
a
beg your
GameStop.
pardon. This is a family show. We are not going to talk about blaster box.
Blaster box. Yeah. And then there's a hobby box. There we go. Yeah. That should be a toy. That should be, yeah. All right. Welcome to the Ripper. I'm Mad Max. Yeah. We're going to tear this. Let's blast. Yeah.
We're going to blast that box.
That's right.
Blast the
Mad
box.
Max and Bane. Yeah.
Blast that box. Sorry.
Yeah. The graphic is this. It's, I'll tell the lawyer about that now.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, I've been through the training. I know the sensitivity. Yeah, I got it. It's my show.
It's a safe space for us.
It's a safe space for us. So yeah, so you got like the blaster box, and that just has like the base set and the parallels and the inserts, right?
Okay.
Then there's a hobby box. So like the blaster box costs about $30 at GameStop. You get 28 cards. The hobby box has all the like rare shit in it, you know, the drawings and the limited edition piece counts. And that's like 300.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently there's some stuff in those hobby boxes that could be, well, Frank Miller sketch cards, for example.
Okay.
Limited edition 300 or 399, 100, you know, different. To me, it's like the base set, great. A parallel base set where like the cards are a different color. I'm okay with that. And then there's like another color and another base set and another parallel, and they're all tiered, and it's maddening because, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I bought the blaster box, and I found a guy who broke up a hobby box. So I got a couple of packs of those. You know.
So you may recoup your money.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
When we were straightening up my office a while back, my wife asked me why. I don't think you can actually ever see the logo. That's a Chick-fil-A hat. She's like, "Why do you have the Chick-fil-A hat up?" I'm like, "It's so people don't have to stare at my 5 head when we're doing a podcast because it's very shiny."
I should do something about the reflection in my glass.
You're good.
So anyway, so we opened up our first pack.
All right. What do we got?
We've got.
Is this from the blaster box?
This is from the blaster box.
Uh-huh.
So we're just gonna get common stuff.
Okay.
And
Jackpot.
Jackpot. I don't know.
That's Mary Jane, right? Isn't that Mary
it?
Jane? I think it's Mary Jane.
No, it's Sarah. Boy, I tell you what. Sarah, who cares, was a scientist at Feltcorp.
Corey Feldman Corp? What?
Gene therapy.
Of course she did.
Yeah, and then she got superhuman strength. So apparently another victim of the superhero sauce. Super soldier sauce. There we go.
It's on the special 1 of 1 card.
There we go.
Is that Mysterio?
That is a Mysterio.
Okay, that one's kind of cool.
That one's not bad.
I like the flow of the cape on that one.
Yeah, that's one of those things is, you know, the placement of the character and what they use, because this next one, I'm jumping ahead because I have them in my hands.
No fair reading ahead.
Sunfire.
Sunfire. Nice.
Yes.
All right.
There's actually a good Sunfire card. in the last year's Chrome set where he looks kind of like a luchador standing there and you look at it, it's like he has a very luchador look. Sorry.
He does. He does.
Yeah.
I like that pose though. I was pull that one up again.
Yeah, that's not a bad pose. That's actually
like that one.
Yeah.
That one's cool. He's a
That one is
character
cool.
that doesn't get
Any love. No love.
Certainly not the amount of love he probably ought to. Because
Yes.
he's been around for a long time.
Mhm.
That's a good one.
So this is
Adrian.
yes, Adrian Toomes, the Vulture. This is a good candidate for casual
villainy. Yes,
Yes.
that's a great card. Is
And
he
this is-
like hanging out on a rooftop?
It's hard to say because they if you look, they just kind of fade the backgrounds out.
Okay.
You know, this is the parallel base set that you get in the blaster box, the yellow blaster box.
box.
We'll just do that every time.
I wrote a fan fiction story one time when I was auditioning for a group, and it was called Birds of a Feather. And I had Howard the Duck take a break from campaigning for president to go into a dive bar where Adrian Toomes was drinking. And they were like the TV above the bar is showing like Howard's parade and Toomes' bank robbery, and they just kind of nod at each other and buy each other drinks, and then but no one has. I love Adrian Toomes. I think that's a great card.
Well, I hope you like it because
would you get another one?
The regular one.
Nice. two vultures for one.
Two
Blaster
vultures.
box.
What do we got here? She-Hulk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's coming into the room before she comes into the room, if you know what I'm saying.
Bada boom, bada bing.
Bada bazinga.
Oh, goody.
You go.
Apparently, this is like Pokemon because Onslaught has always struck me as the evolved version of Magneto.
Yes, it's a character I have no use for. Oh
yes.
My God. Ugh.
Okay, then they have. Oh boy, I think this is a horrible pick of an image, but okay. Then they have these anniversary. Okay, this is why we're doing it. This is why we're doing it our way, because they do these anniversary cards, and it apparently is the 60th anniversary of Gwen Stacy. And as far as an image goes,
is she getting her neck broken?
I kind of think she.
I don't know. That's terrible.
This image is like, wow, somebody at Topps was.
It feels like she's falling into a dumpster.
It does. I'm looking at it going, and her eyes are shut, and her head. I may have to go look at the death of Gwen Stacy and see if that's where they pulled this from.
That's awful.
Yeah, that's how I think these reveals should go.
That's not a good card.
So yeah, so for the blaster box, you get like 4 cards a pack.
Wow.
But you get 7 packs but 7 packs of smokes. That's not wrong. Uh-oh. American Chavez. I feel like I've come into the middle of this deck break. I don't know what's going on. There we go. Everyone's favorite resurrected from the dead.
See, at least he's not wearing the safari jacket.
Oh God, yes. Yes.
The red safari jacket. And he also doesn't look like he's made of scrubbing bubbles, because that wasn't a good look either.
Oh, let's see. Our next pick is Quicksilver.
Oh my. It's all the mini friends.
Very petulant.
As always.
As always.
You better have a Wanda in that deck. That's all I know at this point.
You know what? That's a good point.
You've had American Chavez.
Uh-huh. And then Shuri. AKA the Black Panther no one's ever going to like. So
it really should have been a Doctor Strange and a Wanda in that pack, and it would have been awesome. It would have been a perfect pack.
That would have been cool. All right, now this is a pretty. I actually, that's kind of a cool card. Black Panther,
Oh, the Black Panther everybody likes,
the one everybody wants.
complete with his necklace.
hmm One
Wait,
I've
was he
never
hanging?
heard.
Hold on. Go back. I held it up like no one could see it when I held my hand up in front of my screen. Is he hanging from the side of a building?
No, he's in the jungle, so it's still
The
racist.
chromatic jungle.
Yeah, the
Panther swings tonight.
the concrete jungle. The Panther swings tonight. Okay, this is our first appearance of Solaris, which is not
Who
a
the hell
Toyota.
is Solaris?
I don't know, but yeah, she hails. Oh, there we go.
From Toyotathon? What?
From Toyotathon. Yes, that's
Oh.
Pam's alter ego is Solaris.
Hulk smash!
Hulk smash. Yeah, you can't go wrong with a smashing Hulk. And then the other thing that comes in the blaster box, blaster is-
box.
every one of them comes with a Iron Man cover.
Why?
Kind of fun if they did the alcoholic one where he's like bent over in front of the glass with beard stubble.
And that's why we're doing it our way, folks.
That's right. It's all right. There's no balls there. Drax the Destroyer. That's
That's not bad.
it's a nice
like
looking
the-
card.
I
The
like that he's stabbing. I like that he's stabbing Cthulhu.
Yes,
A little bit of a crossover I wasn't expecting.
it was a weird run. It was a weird run.
That's what happens when you. Yeah.
The Lovecraft Super
It's-
Scroll.
Oh, I like the Super Scroll.
Super Scroll is another candidate for casual villainy.
He needs to be
Not
reclining on like an invisible chair, though. That would be even better. Like lighting
Yes.
a cigar with his.
So I went looking for a good invisible woman, and you can't find a card where they don't have phrasing. She was here. Yes, that's like my girlfriend. You don't know her. She doesn't go to our school.
She's from Canada.
She's from Canada. Sue Richards from Canada. Sure, Reed, you've got a wife. Got it. See, I watched the card breaks. They don't go this way. They also have better. They have like a camera on the cards, so you see the cards better. Spider-Man 2099.
I never read the 2099 stuff, so all I know
They
him from
really
is the
butched
movies.
him up. They butched him up for the through the Spider-Verse, and then you've got your other lava card, and this is
That said-
bronze.
Oh, I thought it said Brony. I'm like, wait, what?
Yes,
Should
bro.
maybe put my glasses on.
Late second round pick, done as a favor to placate your star. It's bronze. What's his superpower? Nepotism.
He got the special sauce, but he got a bad batch.
He had a bad batch. Yeah, it's not like the
There
Ball brothers.
There were no Vita Rays in that batch at all.
Okay.
Well, now that we're hold on. Since we're doing basketball chat, let's do
Oh.
this. Have you seen the kid that got drafted by the Jazz? The
Oh, who
story-
apparently thought it was like Madden and he could
Yes,
just turn it down.
yes. He could decide where he wanted to play, like the Madden game.
Thanks for playing, son.
How did he get to go to Rutgers?
Basketball scholarship?
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. We're into our next pack. The
Oh, hello,
Colleen
daughter of the
Wing.
dragon.
Yes. Uh-huh. But this is one of those, they have several like this where
Hey, hold them
you-
like that. That's better. If you hold it a little
Yeah.
angle, we don't get the reflection.
I don't
There
get
you
the
go.
I don't get you reflected into this the thing. Anyway, so here we go. We got Colleen Wig. No, not Wig.
Wing.
Oh, it's over on aisle 9.
do we have Shuriken here? Oh,
Abominaste.
nice. You got
That
a little
was-
gamma grouping going here.
They do, and it's
Oh,
kind
you
of,
do. You've got two Hulks and an Abomination. You've got a.
And a
You've
She-Hulk.
got a. You've got. I said. Well,
I'm
you've got
Rick
a Hulk.
Jones away from a full house.
You've got a. You've got a Disney Plus show, my friend.
Hopefully there's a red Hulk somewhere in here. Tongji.
I want the old version back. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
crusty old man now. Thank you.
Yeah, I want him with the headband and the
and
really
the kung fu
stereotypical
suit.
kung fu
Yes,
outfit. Mhm.
yes, I want him back.
Okay. This is a fun one. I could do the whoa, except it's not worth anything. But it's one of the cards that I really wanted from this set.
That's
They
fun.
they did like a 50th anniversary, and they did it of the giant size, but that is clearly
That is
very
a
old school
fun
angel.
card.
That is
Yes, yeah, he's got actual wings and not razors.
yes. This is one of the cards I did want when I saw it.
Nice.
So I'll put that in the little protective sleeve and whatever. Put that on the keep pile. And now we're down to our last pack of the blaster box.
Blaster box.
Blaster box.
Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah.
Blah,
Oh,
blah, blah,
yay.
blaster box.
Well, apparently the Invisible Woman is real. Because we've got one of the
offspring. Is that Franklin?
Yeah, this is Franklin.
Okay.
Who's looking very, very
Who did the art for that one? Because he looks a little Mark Millar-verse in that picture.
kind of does.
Like he
They
wants to
don't
reach-
say. I wish they
Like he's
said.
gonna reach through your eye socket and pull your brain out and show it to you.
It's Mark Millar. Yeah, Millarverse. Steve McNiven. He's the one who draws all that shit. A Sentinel.
That card's only useful if you have like 500 of them.
And you ring your whole. Oh, I got it. Wait a minute. I got an X-Men and a Sentinel. Woohoo! Bloodline, who I don't know, looks like a lost Jedi, maybe.
I don't know that character at all.
I don't know the character at all. But pink hair, big fancy goth hot topic belt.
When you said big fancy, I went somewhere else. Sorry.
Okay. And then the last of our blaster box, Juggernaut.
That one's cool.
The icons, the icon cards are cool. The anniversary cards, the X-Men ones, those are very cool. I'll show this because I got impatient and I opened a package before the show. Havoc.
Nice. I love his costume. I love the way they draw his energy. He's always been one of my favorite characters. He and Sunfire should do a team up as the underappreciated X-Men.
All right. So now we're going to get into the hobby cards.
Ooh, and
this is where we can.
Pack?
There's 7 in a pack. 12.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 7 in a pack. I'm sorry, there's 6 in a pack. I was doing the math wrong. There's 6 in a pack and 12 packs in a thing. So the guy who's
how many
breaking it up,
packs? How many of the packs did you get from the guy?
3. So that we opened 10 packs.
Okay.
So we got a little Miles Morales.
All right. That one's kind of cool.
Not a bad one. Okay, that one's cool. Ronan.
Oh, not a great character, but a great card.
Oh yeah, very much so. That's the weird part is some of these you come across, you're like, whoa, I don't know who that is, but that's badass. Calico.
I don't have any idea who that is. It feels like
she definitely looks like if
she's an X. She's got to be an X character.
Yep, she is. Fear mutants. So she's either a good mutant or a bad mutant. This one's not bad. Very mystical blade.
I like that one. I've seen that artwork before. That's a good picture. Yep.
It is kind of interesting to see them like recycle artwork on these because you're like, you'll see it like in a set like 2 years ago, and you're like, oh, that's a really cool Iron Fist. There's like an Iron Fist card that has been cropped 3 different years.
Wong.
They do not, I believe, have the card of Madison. It's very sad to say.
That's a special Wong insert.
That's a special Wong. Rep Rap, which is
I know that one.
Yeah,
that's from the recent run on Spider-Man, and he's a demon who
gets inspired to be a hero.
Yes.
He is a future star.
It's like those old baseball cards where they put
headshots
on there.
Yes. 3 guys that, oh,
Mm-hmm.
they made the team. Good job.
You don't get your own card, but congratulations on your cup of coffee.
Oh, my
Ah,
least favorite X-Men from the pouches
perhaps
and
my
bandoliers era, the pouches
perhaps
and
my
trench
least
coat.
perhaps my least favorite character ever. I'm not gonna lie. Just offends me in every way.
Super
Another
Scroll again.
scroll.
Nope, not a refractor. I was hoping that. Oh, here we go. More of Reed's Invisible Family.
Torchy.
This Torchy, yeah.
Johnny
Which
Human
is
Torch.
really weird. I've seen this. Like, there's a promo card that's not chromed, and
Mhm.
it's a terrible looking card, but they managed to hide the imperfections by doing what they did. And we'll put that one aside for FF month. Liberté.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like another. Everybody gets to be Captain America because we're trying to be inclusive.
Well, it's the American way.
There we go.
By
Another. I've got this one. I showed this one before. Doctor
oh,
Doom, the refractor one.
oh, my favorite villain of all time.
Yeah, we'll put that aside and send that one to you.
Okay, thank you. If you got an extra vulture, I'll take that one too.
Oh, okay.
Is that Black Cat? Oh, Mockingbird.
Mockingbird.
Okay, put that one with your Ronin, and
Oh, I have a couple.
there you go. It's a pair.
It's a pair. All right, so this is our last one, last pack. And I do, I'm going to say that bullshit. Oop, I see refractor.
You can say it. I wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah, we got Spider Girl.
I think everyone gets to be a spider too.
Yeah, that's Night of 1,000 Spiders. This one,
That's my
okay,
worst nightmare, by the way.
this is just awful. I'm not sure that this is Mole Man. And
What? He
I'm
got a
gonna say,
hood?
prove it to me.
Does he have a
And a
hood?
beer belly. He does. He's
I
hooded.
don't hate the
and
beer
a
belly. That
belly.
doesn't bother me. But the hood, he's got that very specific, like the
nose and the
goggles.
glasses. Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess
I
this
don't
is
like
the
that one.
anti-Semitic one.
Maybe,
I don't
and
know.
it's not even like Ultimate Mole Man because I read those books and he wasn't like that. He was just a creepy teacher.
That is a. Let's just call it. That's horrific.
Yeah, but put it aside for FF month.
Dagger.
Hello,
who
Dagger.
Apparently is being. Yeah.
That's cut lower than it used to be.
Yes. I showed my daughter. I bought a Banshee, and she was just like, "Man, that's a serious V." I was like, "Yes," because it's like open past his nutsack.
Is there red hair everywhere?
Yes. Do I have it here? I
Ginger
may have already.
pelt.
Yeah, filed. This Ant-Man, which looks
Who
a
looks
little Mike Aldred.
I was gonna say he looks a little bit like Orion there.
Yes, he does. In fact, let's just get some acetone and fix this card. Oh, okay, cool. The 20th anniversary of
Ronin. You got another Ronin, huh? All right.
Can't have too many. All right, so I was a little excited. I do have a limited numbered card.
Okay.
It's
Of
Spider Girl.
What's your number?
It is out of 99, and I believe it's 85 out of 99.
Congratulations. That's a B.
That's a B. I got a B. I did. Okay, so I said I got kind of antsy and opened another pack.
Right.
I aced this one. That's 100. That is card 100 out of 100.
All right, but it's Thor. I can see it. Back it up a little bit. I'm getting a reflect. Turn it sideways. Whose Thor is that? I can't tell.
Yeah, that's a hard one to pick out. It's got
Okay.
this background that's like little Iron Man helmets, but
That makes
it's
perfect.
100 out of 100.
That's awesome. Awesome. What the hell? I think I just had to.
Because like
For
part of it is
vandalism.
like going, because I can recoup some money on Spider Girl, and I thought,
Yeah.
oh, I could recoup money of it. And then I'm like going, oh, 100 out of 100. Damn, that's a cool number.
Yes. How are you going to hit that one? Yeah, but
So, all right, we're all done.
all
That
right.
was
Well, that's
our-
how
that was
we
our-
do a box break.
Yes, you wouldn't know it. It's Canadian.
You nearly killed me, by the way.
That came out so wrong.
So
Anyway,
many ways. Well, I guess we're running up on
1 hour.
time to do this. We're not doing this time to do this. Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
I know there's cards all over your desk, but is there anything else on your desk?
There really isn't. I
That's
think
okay.
all right,
You-
we'll flash this one.
Oh yeah, go ahead, do your thing.
So
You
this
join the
is
Illuminati
I
officially.
joined the Illuminati. This is from a card set. Topps puts it out, and it's Allen and Ginter's. And I looked it up. I didn't naturally know this shit, right? Allen Ginter is one of the first people to put cards into products to help sell, and it was, of course, tobacco at the time.
Of course.
And I guess the original set would just kind of do sort of odd things, odd people, little factoids of knowledge. So Topps does the Allen and Ginter set, and they all have a real vintage look. The type, it's all typeface kind of. And the cards are cool. They're very cool. But then they have really odd inserts, and subsets and little mini cards. And so this is one of them. It's Curious Cases, and it was just all this sort of strange ephemera, kind of nonsensical stuff. There's one about the Denver airport. The photo on the card is the tower, but then it goes into all the kind of horseshit conspiracy stuff that's come up around DIA.
Right.
But they've done one that's like famous rivalries, and it'll be like Washington against King George, right? Aaron Burr, Alexander Hamilton. My favorite one is New Jersey versus everybody. Or they did like one card that was just spices. And it's like the little inserts, what's cooking, and there's a frying pan. And then on the frying pan is like ketchup or
Okay.
coriander
Okay.
or get that bread. And it's just pictures of sandwiches. I think in the 2024 when they have ballpark foods, so you can get a trading card, and it's a mini trading card, which is like the old tobacco card sizes,
Right.
of churros or popcorn.
Dodger Dog.
Dodger Dog is one of them.
Nice.
No, Dodger Dog is in a series called Only at the Ballpark
Okay.
that has like little things that are unique to MLB parks. So some of them are pictures of the statues outside, like Kauffman Stadium is the fountains. LA is Dodger Dogs. But you
that
can also
stupid hill that used to be in Houston. Stupid hill in center field.
Oh, I got to look up what Houston was. I kind of raced through it. I think it shows Astro. I think it shows Astro World in the background. So
that's funny.
but there's some of it, and it's like sports people, non-sports people, because you're like going, Charlie Sheen. Why do I need a trading card of Charlie Sheen? Ooh, it's got a black border. It's a chase.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
The black is so you can see your Coke better when you're cutting it.
That's right. Yes. So when you're cutting those lines, you make them really crisp.
They can pop off that black border.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, it's a fun line of cards. They're base sets. I mean, and they mix good new players and old players. Because I bought a box of those like a couple of years ago, and I got a Cal Ripken Jr. card.
Nice.
Before he aged into Freddie Mertz.
You know what? Whatever deal he made to play that many days in a row had to catch up with him.
It's caught up to him, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I saw him stand up and wave at a crowd, and you're like, "Who the Cal Ripken? Really?"
He's Iron Oxide Man now.
Ooh, science.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. I have two things. I showed you this before we went, but we finally got my artwork hung up on the wall in my office. And I just want to see.
Yes. So we're doing what's on your wall.
This is what's on my wall. Yes.
Hey, the took forever and a day question drawing.
Yes. Let's see. There's my dude.
There's the dude.
Can I go this way?
Oh,
My voodoo guy
nice.
and my Batman Avenue in Australia. So anyway,
Nice.
that's what's on my wall, and now my monitor's wonky. Hold on.
Sorry.
All right. So, you know, and I think I've said it before, but my sister and I have started cleaning out my parents' house, and one of the things I've been trying to find is my old Migo stuff, and I had zero luck. And last weekend I went, and there's a closet under the stairs that my mom always referred to as the bunker, and I thought for sure the Migo stuff was going to be in the back of that. Well, as it turns out, it's all Christmas from front to back. So then later, my sister and I went out to the garage, and there's an attic. There's two attics. There's one in the house and one over the garage. And so I looked in the attic in the garage, and I hadn't seen anything. But she's a little more limber than I am, so she went a little further over, and she found the box of Migo figures. Still haven't found the vehicles and other things, but I believe I have all my Migos at the house now, including Cornelius.
Cornelius. Ooh.
He's
He's a
even
little
got
wiggly. Got a little
Whoa.
wiggly playing that arena football.
He's gonna need a restringing. The elastic has been in a Houston attic.
Oh,
One of
man.
them, the Long John Silver that was in the box actually fell apart the other day when I picked him up. The string, the elastic just gave out, and he just kind of came apart into like 5 pieces in my hand. But Cornelius is actually complete. His suit is all there.
Nice.
He's got his little moccasins. I did not notice immediately, but he's missing a hand.
Uh-oh.
The good news is I found the hand in the bottom of the box. The bad news, as I see it at the moment, is I have some sort of monkey paw situation going in the Migo box. So I have to get this reattached at some point in the not too distant future. I don't know. I don't want things galumphing up onto my front porch. I was very excited to find Cornelius. Also had in the box Superman, Shazam, Spider-Man, Batgirl, Penguin, Joker. I think that was it. And then one of the little teeny tiny Green Goblins who, hold on.
Teeny tiny.
Yeah. Here. I think it was they did these right at the tail end of the 70s or early 80s. And here's for scale.
Okay.
So, but he's also complete. He didn't have a glider, but he does still have his pouch of evilness on him.
The pouch of evil.
Yeah, see,
pouch of evil.
Pouch of pumpkin bombs, whatever it is.
Yeah, you reach in there and there's a monkey's paw.
I gotta get Cornelius fixed. So I think Long John Silver volunteered to be my restringing practice dummy when he fell apart the other day. And of course, there's 2 different styles of bodies, so I've got to figure out the best. I've watched some YouTube videos already. But yeah,
YouTube videos are the best
when
it
so
comes
cool.
to that shit.
Yeah, my dad used to restring them, but of course I was a kid. I don't know what he was doing.
Doing magic restringing shit.
Yeah, he was running a hospital for a while. Once my friends found out he could restring Migos, I was bringing them home by the backpack full. So he was real happy to be coming home from work and then restringing his son's friends' dolls. Let me just tell you.
All right, you're being MP, goddammit.
My son's playing with dolls.
Oh, I'm playing with trading cards. So what,
I've got to go through the box of cards that I have. Like that one I sent you of the Mets pitcher I've never heard of. Just is one of the best cards I've ever seen, with like the kung fu leg kick and the hat falling off.
Yes.
So we are about 3 weeks out from Comic-Con.
We are. Hey, they put out a thing about we can find their you can buy merch, pre-order merch.
I saw that. I looked at it. I didn't see anything that knocked my socks off, but I'm going to look at it again. I also saw that the San Diego Blood Bank is doing like blood draws, and you get a Fantastic Four t-shirt if you give blood.
Oh,
I would do that.
Okay.
I think we have to make reservations. I'll see if I'll see if there's any available and shoot you the info. And we can decide if we want to do that. But But we have tickets to see Dr. Z. Hanging
I'm
with
looking
Dr.
forward
Z.
to that.
That'll be
Because I told my
fun.
wife, I go, he bought the VIP package. She goes, what's that mean? I go, it means we get to literally hang with Dr. Z.
Yes, exactly.
Then she's like, I
I-
don't think you're using literally right. I go, no, I think I totally am.
It's 100%. There will be
Okay.
photographic evidence of the two of us hanging with Dr. Z.
Uh-huh.
And Comic-Con is complete. There you go. We stopped in the
No.
Lids outlet yesterday, and Laura was trying a hat. She goes, "Oh, they got Padres hats." I'm like, "I'm saving my hat money till I go to San Diego and see what I can find at the team shop."
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's all the 47, $35 for a hat kind of a thing. But yeah,
If there's the right one, then I'll do
it's
that.
the right one. Okay. And so while we were discussing stitching Migos back together, I did go online and look real quick, and we have dodged a bullet. This is not the drawing from her falling off the bridge.
Thank God.
But boy,
It's still
oh
a
boy,
weird card.
it is still a very strange image selection. It's like that she's not dancing. And because of the way everything else in the card is laid out.
Yeah, it looks like she's plunging to her death. Yes, it 100%
That is
does.
probably, yeah, it was somebody's last day on image selection. He's like, if I quit tomorrow, I'm going to Upper Deck.
Fuck y'all.
Green
You'll
dress
fall.
looks like the one she died in. Boom.
Close enough.
That's it. I'm out of here.
So, the shocker box, shock box.
Shock box. Oh my God. That gets back to those. Yeah. All right. I'm Mad Max on Ripper with a Y and two Z's,
The silent Q.
in a silent.
Because we
year.
can.
Yeah. Not to be confused with those jackoffs that spell it right.
Spellings for losers.
Spellings for losers. That's how you know this is extreme card opening.
Got 5 points on our tripod, baby. Extreme.
Extreme. We just spent 10 grand on this super heavy duty auto box where you're promised to get. If you ever see the products, man, they got a box that's like a box. Yeah, I've got this partial screen. I can back up, but and they open it up and there's like 3 cards inside of it. And
Oh,
you're
hell
like,
no.
oh, you should see. And it's like, oh, this is the new, this is the Panini special, signature select with a piece of their family history. You get the unborn baby in there. It's pretty fucking wild. And it's $10,000, and they open it up, and it's like a $500 car. It's like, that's on you.
Damn, we got ripped
That's on you.
off
We
with
got
2
ripped
Q's and a
off.
Z.
And a lot of whys. Why do I do this? Why did my wife leave me?
Why am I so very lonely?
And that moment of self-reflection where he just is like,
I gotta get on with my life.
I may have made some bad decisions.
Ah,
Then it turns into like a a soliloquy, like an AA. I don't know where it turns south, man. I got the cards, and then I got addicted to the ripping, and
it's hard to stop once you start.
I was doing Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's what-
I was ripping Yu-Gi-Ohs for blowjobs. I don't know. Man. Back alley card breaks, man. They got dark. They got real
I
dark.
done some horrible things with Don Russ.
I am Bowman's bitch. Oh, I
have
am top
fucked the
bottom.
Flair. I'm starting to sound a little bit like Otto. I don't know why.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, the Rip is having a bad day, but it's okay because Gwen Stacy's. Anyway.
Once I start ripping again, baby.
Just somebody to front me a box. So,
Brought me a block.
end of the show is just him desperately pleading someone. Oh, my hands itch. I got a rip, baby. I might have a problem.
I was put on this earth for one thing and one thing only, and that was to rip.
Ripping facts, baby.
If I can't rip, I don't know who I am.
I don't know. He's got the little utility blade that they do the X on the box. He's like, I don't know, man. Dark days, dark days.
See y'all next time.
But I've opened up the latest Pokemon 151.
Excuse me now. I got to go stake out a Target.
Yeah. I was there. I went to Target just to get stuff, and it was like restock day. And it was, it was just nothing but card flippers just
That's
hanging
crazy.
out. And they're just, and because it's up there next to the registers, and it's like, y'all look like a bunch of shoplifters. You need to, Target needs to move you along.
Yeah. You're scared the children.
You're scared. Mommy, what are they doing? Don't mind them. They have no souls. They're
Don't make eye
addicted to
contact.
ripping. Yeah. Yeah, don't make eye contact. They're addicted to ripping. Oh.
Feel the rush of the rip.
I mean, and I will say this: it is fun to like open them up because I think it's like gambling. Is this the
Sure.
pack? Oh, is this the
Nope.
pack? Oh,
Nope. Got 2 more vultures.
I got Adrian Toombs on my mind, and I can't seem to stop that voice.
I know I'm having trouble as well. I've been invaded by the Ripple, baby.
The Ripper. Anyway, yeah. Down in the
Maybe we
Rippers.
should call this before the Ripper takes over the show completely. So yeah.
Oh my
well,
God! I changed the character to Jack the Ripper. God damn it! I was calling him Mad Max. It should be Jack. Mad Jack
yep,
Ripper.
yep. That's it. Okay. Well, we
With
will.
Y, a couple of Z's and a silent Q because I care.
Let's rip.
Oh, rip. I tore into that pack like a prostitute down on Downing Street. Down in Whitechapel.
Target is my Whitehall, baby. Whitechapel. You're right. It's Whitechapel.
That's
man.
Whitechapel.
Target's my Whitechapel.
Target is
rip.
my Whitechapel because I'm the Ripper, baby.
Blaster box. All right. That's going to do it. We've lost complete control, which is something saying that for us. I can't even talk anymore. So, for the Ripper and
For the
Steve,
Ripper. Hey, babies.
he's still Steve. I'm still Bruce. And we will be back in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And probably going to talk Comic-Con would be my guess. But Steve's over there shocking me. Hey,
Blast
good night.